Good morning. Welcome in. Out of Bounds, ESPN 1059 The Zone. If you missed the Dan Mullen interview, it's on YouTube. Search Out of Bounds Sports. It's on YouTube. Search Out of Bounds Sports. Mullen and his family coming back in to Starkville to celebrate the 2014 season this weekend. And Dak Prescott will be there. Dan and Dak. D&D. Dan and Dak will be in Starkville, Mississippi, along with 40 other players, by the way, which is really, really cool. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 1059 The Zone, and we're brought to you by your next Ford Bronco at Mack Hike Ford, I-55 North in Jackson. And the show is also presented by BetMGM, is the king of sports books, and Bo Ravage's BetMGM Book Bar and Grill is the South's premier Vegas-style sports book. Experience the action at BetMGM Book Bar and Grill, only at the Beau Rivage on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. That's a good guy's trip, or couple's trip, but it's a hell of a guy's trip. We want to welcome in our friend Fred Smoot, former Playboy All-American at Mississippi State, decade-long in the NFL with the Washington Redskins and Minnesota Vikings. He is in sports media, and he is from here, and we're glad to have him back on the show.
I'm good, Bo Bow. I'm good, Bo Bow.
Fred Smoot, good morning. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, Bo Bow? It's been too long, brother. Hello?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good, brother. How you doing, Bo Bow? It's been too long.
It has been way too long. Way too long. How you doing, bud?
Man, everything is good in the DMV right now, man. I don't know if you've been watching sports, but right now, we're quickly turning into the most youthful sports mecca in America right now. The Washington football team is doing the things it's doing. I don't know if you've seen the Nationals lately with James Wood and all that young talent we got, and I even think the Wizards might make a run at it. And we got a Caps team with OOB to break the record. So we in oasis right now. We in a sports equinox right now in Washington.
What in the world is going on with the – I mean, I know you got Jaden Daniels. Is that all it took for the Washington Commanders to start winning football games?
Well, let's be honest. The quarterback is the most important person in the world, and we could talk about the fact that there's 8 billion people on this planet, and we've never found 32 great quarterbacks in 1 year. All right, so that tells you how far and in between these guys come. But no, this has everything to do with Coach Dan Quinn. Let's make that clear. You're only as good as the leadership you have, and it's starting with the front office and the ownership here. Everything is different and onto a whole nother level. So the culture and the environment is just totally different. And once you got a guy on the center, that gives you a chance to win every weekend.
Yeah, you've always talked about how you never had a quarterback.
Yeah, and it's a hard thing to do. It's just a hard thing to do, man, in this league, because once 4 or 5 teams get that guy and the other players around him age around him and mature, like they're only going to get better. The scariest thing about what's going on with the Commanders right now is we at ground zero. This is the worst this guy's going to be. This guy's still learning while he's excelling. So that's the thing about it, man. It's a crazy situation where we find ourselves in that glory spot right now.
And you got the Panthers this weekend. That's almost an automatic dub.
No, we don't do that around here. Ain't no such thing as automatic dub. NFL team is an NFL team. We got to come out there. That's the mindset of this team. You got to play each and every team to your best. Beat the team you should beat. Play the team that people don't think you should beat to the iron and prove that you can play with them. We don't have, how should I say, we don't have that Cowboy-esque thing going around here. See, the one thing I know about life, I don't know too many things, but there's 3 things I know for a fact. I'm a former baby, a future ghost, and the Cowboy stink. I know that. These are the facts that I know in life.
Are you trying to take shots at my guy, Dak Prescott?
No, you know I love Dak. We go through this all the time, Bo Bow. I tell you, I love Dak and I want him to excel. 14 to 15 games a year. It's just 2 games that I want him to ball out in, but I just want him to lose because he always going to be my dog, brother. That ain't going to never change. But we also on 2 different sides of the gate when it comes to allegiance. My allegiance is to the nation's capital. His is to Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. So at the end of the day, it's always going to be a brotherhood, but it's going to be a big brother, little brother, knuckle to the head.
Fred Smoot, the number 1 Washington Commanders fan that we have on the show. Obviously, he played there. I do not blame him. It has been a long time. I mean, they've had a couple of good moments, but it's been a struggle here for a while. And now they have Jaden Daniels, and good Lord, they look good. I do agree with Smoot. You can't take anything for granted in the NFL. You don't ever know.
You don't. It's just one of those things where the plan that the athletes are almost equal besides the quarterback position, and coaching is the chess piece that changes who does what.
And, all right, do you think that he'll hit – I don't think it'll be this weekend, but do you think that Jaden Daniels will hit a wall at some point? Not that he won't play well again, but that he'll hit a wall at some point, Smoot.
A wall? What kind of wall? We don't do walls. No. Cliff Kingsbury, the way he calls these plays, the way this guy is, see, it's a difference in the league. Like, you got to tell me what my quarterback is, and we got a couple of categories. Like, you have a guy that's a one-weapon guy. That means he's a pocket passer. He's going to try to beat you cerebrally with his mind and with his arms. Then you got a guy that's a two-star guy that he can beat you with his arm, he can beat you with his legs. Then you got a Patrick Mahomes, 3-level guy that going to not only beat you with his arm and his legs, but he's going to get outside the pocket, not to run all the time, but to throw. And we have a guy that can do all 3 facets. He can do them all 3 at a high level, and he's just getting started. That's the scary thing about that situation. He understands. And I tell you what, as much as I'm impressed with the player, Jaden Daniels, I'm more impressed with the person. That tells me everything I need to know about who he is and what he's going to do. Is he going to have a clunker during this year? Yes, he's human. He's a rookie in the NFL. It's coming. It's going to happen. But he's shown me it don't matter how I start. I'm going to finish on a high level. So, no, I don't see him no wall. I don't think so, Bobow.
So, y'all are winning the NFC East.
Most definitely. Think about this. The Cowboys got Jerry Jones is getting everybody fired from 7-Eleven and everywhere else down there. They in total turmoil. So let's talk about them. They were supposed to contend for the division. Philadelphia, they got anarchy on their hands. I can always tell when players don't like their coach. I could always tell when a group of them don't like their coach. Anarchy in Philadelphia. In New York. What can I say about the Giants that ain't been already said? Your quarterback is Daniel Jones. I don't need to say anymore.
Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds Show and the Farm Bureau Insurance Guest Line. A decade in the NFL, All-American at Mississippi State, went to Provine and Hines, and friend of the show. We're glad to have him back. He is letting us know about it, and I don't blame him. His Washington Commanders have a hell of a football team. Kingsbury, Dan Quinn, Jaden Daniels. What's it been like, because y'all have lost so much forever, what's it been like being in the media and doing shows, Smoot? Are people losing their minds?
Man, you know what the thing about it is? It's a utopia around here. Everybody's just so happy, and the scary part about it, they are hesitant to celebrate because they don't know. It's like they got PTSD from the RG3 years, and they don't want to jump up in front of the saddle and say what we got. But I try to tell them, calm down and take your time and let grandma cook. That means enjoy the process. This is not a microwave society. It looked like it happened overnight, but it didn't happen overnight. Grandma put love in that cookie. She started at 8 a.m. She ain't finished at 5. So that's what you got to realize. This is not for the short term. This is for the long term. And I think they're blown away on how fast it started. We knew it was going to get started at some point. We didn't know it was going to be this year. Well, we thought we was going to show signs, But now we're saying, you know what? We're a contender, and no team wants to play us right now.
I agree. I think you are. I mean, you know, I like the Lions. I like the 49ers.
Do you really like the 49ers, or do you like the thought of the 49ers? Because they're not playing like the team we thought they was going to be. I love the Lions. Losing Aiden Hutchinson, that's going to hurt. I don't care. You don't subtract Aiden Hutchinson from a defense and get better. My Minnesota Vikings, every team I touch, they doing pretty damn good right now, Bo Bound. They ain't lost the game. They got the top defense in the league. Green Bay can put up points on you. Taylor Williams is flashing in Chicago. So, like, it's some teams out there. But at the end of the day, who can run the ball? We can run the ball, and we can run it on a couple of different levels. Eckler can get the ball on the edges. B-Rob can punish people downhill. And then we got the Joker in the deck when Jaden Daniels starts to use his feet and steal 2 or 3 third down or fourth downs in the game. Hey, man, it just feels good to be able to talk it like we walk it. It feels good for me to call all of my cousins down in Mississippi that's Cowboys fan. They don't answer the phone no more. I have to say that y'all are cowards. Y'all are front runners because every time when y'all doing something great, y'all want everybody to answer your text, phone, everything. But I can't get hold of nobody in Mississippi.
Speaking of the Vikings.
See, you know, I work for the Navy. You know, anytime I get around boats, I get overzealous.
All right, here's what my Cowboys need, Smoot, speaking of having you on the show.
If you're smart, you go get somebody that's 300 pounds and smell like bacon that's ready to come off the end because we need defensive linemen. Yes.
We need defensive linemen.
Yeah, you know, y'all guys, you pay a lot of people top 5 money that's not top 5 at their position. You play Lawrence, your defensive end, as a top 5 defensive end. He's not. You played Tyron Smith as a top 5. He wasn't. You paid Dak. I hate to say it, the number 1 money in the league, and he's not in the top 3 out of top 5. You pay CeeDee Lamb like a top 5 receiver.
You got to pay Dak, Smoot, because, I mean, 5 guys from now, he'll be back at the number 6 slot. It's all about, I mean, when he got his deal, he was at number 9 or something as far as salary. It's all about when it comes back up. I mean, look, you know this. If they hadn't had Dak, I mean, they had Jason. Dak was literally taking Jason Garrett, who is terrible, to the playoffs.
You need to pay him a year ago. Like, what are you waiting?
Well, that's on Jerry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at the one point, you know you're going to keep both of these guys. You know you got to pay these guys $100 million contracts. Why won't you go and get it done? You're going to see him wait, approve what?
I agree.
What do CeeDee Lamb got to prove? But I tell you what, it's all about where do you pay these guys slotted and what is the production? Y'all guys are paid in the top 5 that don't give you top 5 results. So therefore, you can't be a top 5 team with a heavy paid roster that is not production laden. So at the end of the day, no, it's not happening.
Well, they still don't spend. They're still in the bottom half of spending in the league. Jerry's nonsense in March, April, and May that they don't have money is not accurate. It's not the truth.
Bo Down, he don't pay the middle of the roster. He pays the top, and everything else is bottom. You got to have, when guys go down, we are only good as the guys that back us up.
Well, look at those guys on defense on Sunday.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Detroit came in there and beat y'all up. Detroit came in there and said that we didn't forget what happened last year. Detroit came in there and pushed y'all around and started to throw flea flickers to offensive tackles. They disrespected everything in the stop.
Oh, it was so. Dan Campbell just took McCarthy and Jerry Jones's manhood, no doubt about it. Man, he is something. How good is he, Smoot?
Hey, listen, they literally came into Dallas, beat up every football player, the janitor at the stadium, left out of there, hit the taco shack and beat every. Listen, they took over Dallas, man. That was personal. I know personal football. That was very personal.
So Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds show, a decade in the NFL. How many shows have you done this week so far?
I have done right at about 15, 16, 17 shows, especially calling in on this one. You got to realize it's a big weekend up here. It's Darryl Green's retirement weekend where they retiring the number 28. Not only are they retiring, they had the great Darryl Green, who I got a pleasure to play with for 2 years. Not only are they retiring his jersey and his alumni weekend, so it'll be 200-plus older guys from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s. We'll all be here. And also, Darryl Green is getting the key to D.C. on Saturday. So it's just a Darryl Green weekend right here. So we're appreciating the great one right now. It's going to be a fun weekend for us.
Dude, that's so awesome. Okay, so Darryl Green weekend, he's getting a key to the city. Man,
yeah.
What are y'all going to do on Friday or Saturday night? I need to know. What are the plans?
No, we'll have the team has flown in all of 200-plus alumni. We got alumni dinners. We got all day Saturday. We'll be watching him get the key to the city of D.C. Sunday, the game is celebrating his number being retired and immortalized. The jersey number 28 will never be worn in this franchise again. Him being cemented as the W. He is the guy. When you say Washington, say Darryl Green. Like, they're just always going to be what it's going to be. So we got a long weekend, and we got tons of events, tons of things we got to do because all of the older guys are here. So it's going to be a fun weekend, man. I get to see tons of people, man, and they have great dinners and great celebrations set up for us. So this should be a good weekend, man.
Wow.
I'm good, Bo Bow.
This is going to be wild.
I'm good, Bo Bow.
Fred Smoot, you're going to have to hydrate. You guys are going to have IVs. This is going to be fantastic.
This is a hydration situation. If you have never seen one right here, sponsored by, probably Jack Daniels.
Speaking of, all right, what is your what's your beverage? What's your cocktail of choice? What's Fred Smoot's cocktail of choice?
I was told by a great group of alcoholics down in Mississippi when I was growing up that if your beverage of choice didn't have a first and a last name, thou shalt not drink of thee. So I am a Basil Hayden man. I love Basil Hayden.
That's good bourbon, Smoot.
Yeah, Jack Daniels, Angel's Envy. As you notice, all of these drinks have a first and a last name, and that tells you it's a rite of passage right there, that it'd be great quality hydration for you.
Okay, I'm sending you, we have a bourbon sponsor, all right?
All right.
Wilderness Trail. It's under the Wild Turkey brand, all right?
All right.
We also have Russell's Reserve. It's their premium small batch line. All right, I'm going to ship you a bottle of both. I want you to try it and tell me what you think. Is that cool?
It'll be a privilege. It'll be a privilege, folks. I cannot wait. That's my thing. I'm a whiskey bourbon man.
Okay. I do want to let you know, and I've got it right over here on the set or over on our bar area. Dak has rolled out a tequila called Volteo.
All right.
Yeah, and
right.
I got some yesterday, and I just poured it on the rocks just to try it. I'd never had it, and it is fabulous. So.
Oh, well, where is it made out of? Is it made out of Texas, Mexico?
Mexico. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So look, it's 100% blue agave. It's organic. It's very. I'll send you a picture of the bottle when we get done wrapping up. It's really really cool.
Man, I love to see guys venture out into stuff that has nothing to do with football.
Me too.
I love to see that. Congratulations, Dak Prescott. I give you that one, baby.
All right. We can't wait so long. So people have been getting on me about not having you on the show.
They should. But by right, they should. And I know you don't want to say nothing. I got to say this. I'm showing my support to Coach Libby and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. We will weather this storm. We have to give Libby some time to put his own touch, his own recruits on it. Let him fill out the SEC. Let him do what he can. And we will be all right. Bulldog Nation, don't worry about it. I'm going to come back to Mississippi to help with the NIL at Mississippi State. I am going to just infuse myself in that situation, Bo Bounds, I'm going to throw a golf tournament, NIL. I think I need to call Deuce up so I can have a Ole Miss Mississippi State rivalry, NIL Rays or something at a golf tournament. I'm going to come back, get that thing cranking up. We're going to wake the Bulldog family up. Now, Ole Miss, I hate to say this to y'all, every time somebody put y'all on a pedestal and say what y'all gonna do, y'all do the total opposite, like you've done again, and the time and again. And I like that expensive roster getting all them black eyes up there in Oxford. My daughter, Paris Smoot, goes there. I have to hear that all the time. I just bought her a puppy. She names it Dallas because she's my rebellious one. So, yes, I like what's going on up there at Ole Miss.
I love it. Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds show. All right, you got to come back and put on a golf tournament. We got to party, and we got to go grab some steaks and some bourbon. Smoot, have a great week and enjoy Darryl Green's weekend. And we appreciate the time. We're going to do this. You think we could do this every other week during football season?
Yeah, easily. Anything for you, Bo Bounds. Most definitely we can.
All right, hang on one more time.
I'm good, Bo Bounds. I'm good, Bo Bounds. Bo Bounds. Bo Bounds. Bo Bounds. Bo Bounds.
All right, love you, buddy. Thanks, Fred Smoot. See you, bud.
All love, brother.
Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds show and the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. How about that, Jackson Meadows? You think that guy's living right? Washington Commanders are on a roll. Jaden Daniels is playing unbelievable football. Cliff Kingsbury has all of a sudden become a good offensive play caller.
Yeah.
Where his numbers were not that way with the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray.
Pretty bad, weren't they?
Maybe the whole head coach and OC thing didn't work, but he gets under Dan Quinn with the Washington Commanders. He gets Jaden Daniels, who's bigger. Kyler's an amazing story at 5'10" or whatever and be able to play in the NFL. But Jaden Daniels, 6'3" plus, can throw it, can run it. Go ahead, big dog.
That dude moves.
Yeah.
6'3".
Yeah.
He's getting it. That kid is fun to watch.
And they pull the Panthers this weekend. If they don't just lay an egg, they're 5-2.
Yeah.
Which in the NFL is amazing.
Huge. You're 4 games away from a playoff berth? 4 wins away?
Yeah.
And 9 wins getting the NFC East.
Well, with what the NFC East is doing, the Cowboys aren't good. The Eagles don't know who they are, and the Giants have decided not to be good for a long time.
Yep. Get you in 9 wins.
Yeah. But they're going to win more than that.
Sure.
Yeah. Because now 10-7 is amazing in the NFL, But they may even win more games than that. Hey, thanks for listening to the Out of Bounds show. ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Brought to you by the Golden Moon Casino, Sportsbook and Lounge. Bet $50 there. Play award-winning Dancing Rabbit Golf Club for $40. Also, the show is brought to you by KCB Residential Roofing. KCB Residential Roofing. If you need a new roof or your roof repaired, you want to call KCB Residential Roofing. Call Ryan Lloyd today, 601-842-6779. Don't forget, MRA Football. Friday Night Lights is powered by MRA Football on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. We'll be live from Starkville, 9 a.m. to noon from Starkville Tourism tomorrow. Looking forward to that. See you.